All right, hi guys. Welcome to another episode of the Stellar Studio Sessions. My name is Richie Mashiko.
And I'm Jason Widmann, Director of Digital Strategy and UX here at Stellar.
Today we're going to be talking about C.R.A.P, which is an acronym that Jason came up with. So Jason, you want to kind of take us what C.R.A.P is?
Yeah, let's wade through some crap. C.R.A.P is an acronym, as Richie said, C.R.A.P, and that stands for contrast, repetition, alignment, and proximity. So those are all good functional design principles that you can incorporate into your UX work to make that even better. So let's start with the C, contrast. Contrast is creating a visual distinction or difference between items on your screen. And there's a couple of different ways that you can create contrast. One is scale, so big versus small. Items that are large tend to be perceived as more important. Items that are small tend to be less important. So big versus little. Color or palette is another way that you can create contrast. Black and white is obviously a good example of a simple contrast pattern. And then the last one has to do with typography. So bold, regular, italics. All of those elements help your user understand which items on the screen are more important and which items on the screen are less important. All of that stuff really helps the user get oriented, find the information that they're looking for, and it leaves them feeling like you, the brand, actually spent some time and put some consideration into making that a good experience for them.
Right, cool.
So the next principle there is R, which stands for repetition. And in the UX world, we've had this concept of pattern-based design for quite a long time. In fact, it's been around for 15, 20 years at this point in various flavors. But repetition is really all about creating those repeatable patterns that users intuitively understand. So a good example of that, if you look at the login, so if you go to a site that you have a profile on and you want to log in, you type your username and your password. Usually there's a little checkbox somewhere. It's usually right below your password that says remember me or save it or keep me logged in. All of those forms tend to look the same, and they look the same because they work well.
Right.
So it's a pattern that people understand. So when you're doing UX work, leveraging patterns and things that people are familiar with is generally going to be more effective than trying to do something new or different, especially when it's something that has a very low sort of emotional involvement level, like a login form. Why would you want to change that around?
Right. You don't need to revolutionize everything, right?
There's no point in being creative with things that are just about getting your customers in front of your products or services as fast as possible.
Right.
The last one, or the next one, is alignment. And alignment is all about creating visual relationships. So when you look at, if you're typing a Word document and you put that in an outline format, you'll see that it's using alignment to create relationships. So the tabbing and indentation, when things are lined up, they tend to feel related.
Right.
So items in a list, usually that left margin is lined up. If it were ragged and it changed, you wouldn't have that same sense of relationship that you get when you look at a list. So things that are aligned tend to be related. Things that are not aligned tend to be unrelated. So again, another easy, simple way to put that good functional design principle to work in your own UX work. The last one is proximity. Things that are closer together tend to be related. Things that are farther apart tend to not be related, or there is a less of a relationship between those items. If I had two items that were related, I wouldn't put one at the top of the page and the other at the bottom, because now they're completely disconnected, and it doesn't make sense from a design and a layout standpoint. So proximity, putting things that are related together, separating things that aren't, all of that stuff helps the user intuitively look at the screen, understand what they're seeing without necessarily having to read every word, and then make a good decision that gets them to the information and the content that they want.
Right, that makes sense. I think that's a really useful and easy to remember acronym that hope you guys could implement or take some strategies and implement that into your own design work, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think anything else to add or?
No, I think that's it on the crap front.
Oh, cool. Okay, so I guess we'll see you guys tomorrow on the next episode, and thanks for listening.
Thanks. Bye.
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this episode of the Stellar Studio Sessions. If you enjoyed it, be sure to hit that like button, and if you want to learn more about digital strategy, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.